Larry has 2 children that he's certain of. Steve, are you going to give me a drink? I'm not kidding. You know, Larry and Jesus have a lot in common. They have children everywhere. Jesus has children everywhere. Anyway, Larry, no, I'm all kidding aside, Larry is a wonderful father. Dedicated father. Great guy. When his first marriage ended, he took on the sole responsibility of raising and providing for his 2 children, Kelvin and Nicole, to my right. And I think this is where Larry cut his teeth as Susie Homemaker. Hey, don't you think? Anyway, I'll give you a quick introduction. Nicole studied philosophy at Mount Allison University. She was originally enrolled in English. Her first semester she came home for Christmas and declared to her father that she was changing her major from English to philosophy. So Larry asked, "What are you going to do with philosophy?" Nicole responded, "Dad, don't you want a critical thinker for a daughter?" Thank you, Steve. To this, Larry replied, Larry replied, "Yeah, but I also want one that will get a job." Anyway, now that is a true story. True story. Certified?
Thanks, Joe.
Nicole is now studying education, yes, and she'll soon be a teacher. Hide your children. Kelvin studied earth sciences and went on to get his master's in environmental engineering. All right. Yeah. He now works for an environmental engineering company. Whatever the hell that is. All right, all kidding aside, Larry is very well loved and respected by Nicole and Kelvin. I guess you could say he's a model father. Well, at least that's what I thought until I heard some of the stories that you are about to hear. Please welcome Nicole and Kelvin.
Keep it clean.
These are done, but yeah.
Thanks, Joe. So what we decided to talk about for Dad is 5 life lessons that we learned from him.
Yeah. From Larry, basically. So the first and really important lesson that we learned from our dad is the value of friendship.
For example, when we were kids, Dad was pulled over for speeding on Stewart Boulevard.
Oh, not again. Must pay that one.
A police officer came up to the window and realized it was Larry. He said, "Oh, I'll let you off this time, Larry. But perhaps you shouldn't drive so fast when you have young kids in the car."
To which I, from the back seat, immediately chimed in, "Don't worry, officer, he does it all the time."
Yeah, hopefully you'll drive a little slower on the ski-doo. The second lesson he taught us is to always take risks. For example, Dad has been known to take a few liberties in the kitchen, which we've heard about tonight.
Yeah, like for example the time that he decided to make the family brunch by poaching all the eggs in ginger ale.
Or the time he brought a giant puffball home from the golf course and he cooked it for dinner.
He actually ate that for a week.
It was good. It was.
Another lesson that Dad has taught us is to always stay focused, to keep your eyes on the prize. And I really learned this well when he was teaching me how to drive.
For some reason, didn't he always wear a motorcycle helmet?
Yeah, okay, thanks. Well, actually, what I was thinking about is the time that we were in the parking lot of the Thousand Islands Mall, and he knew that I was nervous. I was like, I don't know, Dad. And he just bought one of those buzzy fans. You know,
those little buzzy, yeah.
Yeah, one of those little fans. And he was like, well, you know what, Nicole, I'm going to get you over the sphere. I'm going to teach you to drive through any distraction. And so he went, the whole time I was driving home. That might have worked okay, but I had hair down to my waist at this time, and the fan got caught. And the air. And it wound itself up, and so it was sitting over my face. As I was driving, he says, don't give up, Nicole, don't give up. And when we get home, no accidents, thankfully, it was so tangled that he had to get the scissors as a solution and cut off this part of my hair. So stay focused.
A fourth and very important lesson is honesty is the best policy.
You guys have probably all heard Dad say this. It's one of his favorite sayings. Honesty is the best policy.
For my 13th birthday, we went to the old movie theater on Parkdale. They had a deal there where you could get in under 12. You had to pay less money. Suggested to us that we lie about our age to get after the kids deal.
But being raised in such an honest household, I said, but Daddy, I don't want to lie. To which he replied, if you want to be honest, pay for the movie yourself. And I just want to say, my dad, I could use that $12.
You got long.
The final lesson that Dad taught us is to take responsibilities for our actions.
Somehow, I seem to be the focus of these a little bit, but one time, when I was about 12 or 13, at that young and impressionable age, we were again in the Thousand Islands Mall, right in the concourse outside the old Sears, in the center, and I hear the longest, the loudest, and people turned to look, like everything stopped, and I didn't know where it came from. I'm shocked. I'm like, what is happening? And all of a sudden, it became infinitely clear when my father steps away from me and says in a loud voice, Nicole! Actually, like my dad, to this day, I'm not easily embarrassed.
But in all seriousness, our dad really did teach us the value of friendship, which is evidenced tonight by everyone who's here. To take risks, which is evidenced by Jackie and Dad traveling up north.
And of course, to stay focused, as you guys all know, and what he's given to the community, and to be honest, because there's no one I know that's more authentic, more true to himself than my dad, regardless of what people think about that.
Like I said, he taught us to take responsibility for our actions, but he also taught us that rules are meant to be broken, and that's why he's the best.
Yeah, thanks, Dad.